All right, boys, let's get into it real quick. The 2027 Toyota Corolla is almost here. We know a lot about it. Everything we need to know about the 13th generation is here. We have some illustration from CarScoop. CarScoop just dropped an article, so we're going to go over it. We have some great illustrations that you're looking up here. Let's get into it because we have a lot to talk about. The new 2027 Corolla, it's going to be a game changer, so let's get into it. What is going on, boys and girls? Let's jump into it right away. If you guys are rocking with the content, hit that thumbs up and the subscribe for your boys. So the next Corolla is expected to land in 2026 with a hatchback, a sedan, and a wagon. But guess what? America is most likely 99.9% not going to get the wagon. So let's jump into the article real quick because we have some design. We have it right up here. And it says if Toyota's recent design language is an indicator of the next Corolla, won't be blending into traffic whatsoever. So drawing influences, because this is a render that we're looking at, from the latest CHRE, the CHR, I apologize, the Prius and the Camry, the next Corolla will likely have a sharp T-shaped front face or front fascia with boomerang LED headlamps and a scoped bodywork. So in the render, they dressed up the illustration in the GR specific with, like, you know, boosting visuals attitude with carbon fiber inlays, larger wheels, and a wildly pumped like rear bumper. Look, if we're gonna go over this picture here, we see that the wheels remain the same to the GR Corolla. This car will look real nice and would be a game changer if this were to come out. If we zoom into the front, we see a big carbon fiber panel that would be in the front. I guess that would be to like kind of direct air into it. If we go to the fender, we have this shark fin like here coming out of the fender. I guess the air would come in through the carbon fiber and kind of come out through the fender. This could be a game changer, but there's a lot of like information to cover because it talks about engines and everything that Toyota has been kind of coming forth and talking about lately. So Toyota plans to stick with the 3-body style formula: 4-door sedan, 5-door hatchback, and a station wagon, the Touring. However, availability for the market for the US, most likely it's not going to happen, so don't hold your breath. And that's a shame, as the rumor has it that the Touring could come in 3 flavors: a standard model, a crossover tinge variant, and even a full-fledged GR version, because that would be amazing. A wagon GR Corolla would be amazing. But before you get too excited, early reports suggest that if approved, the high-performance wagon will most likely only be a Japan treat only, so not even Europe is getting it. So inside a Corolla, if we jump into the interior, kind of doesn't change that much. We still see the big infotainment. I do like how they did the instrument cluster, which is obviously digital, and it's just a little bit afar from the steering. And says inside the Corolla, you will likely borrow the liberty from the new Prius, so expect a high quality futuristic layout dominating by a wrapped around dashboard, 12.3-inch infotainment screen, a deep set digital instrument cluster. So there really isn't much of a change. So naturally, wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and smartphone charging are definitely going to come into the vehicle. So now this is where it gets juicy that Toyota has been dropping. So Toyota's upcoming 1.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, or gasoline engine, will serve as the heart of the lineup, which that's a non-turbo, produces 128 horsepower. When you do go to the turbo version, you're up to 178. So serving duty across both standard ICE variants and updated self-charging hybrid HEV lineup. There's also talk of a plug-in hybrid version featuring dual electric motors for added punch and efficiency. Look, I'm all about hybrids. I've spoken a million times here in the channel. You pair up a GR 1.3-cylinder, 1.3 I believe, 3-cylinder turbo with a hybrid motor, like pushing one of the axles, you're gonna get a beast of a vehicle. So recently previewed as part of Toyota's new family, a turbocharged or naturally aspirated engine, this 1.5 liter unit has been engineered with carbon neutral fuels in mind. It also boosts improvements, thermal efficiency, and more compact packaging. Now, the new rally inspired GR Corolla, which is kind of the same thing, we're looking at a different color here. It says, as for the GR Corolla, conflict reports suggest 2 possible paths. One theory points to the evolution of the current 1.6 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder, potentially tuned to deliver 300 horsepower. The spicier rumors is that for the upcoming all-wheel drive Celica and other GR models, they're gonna put the 2.0 liter 4-cylinder turbo engine. It says reportedly destined for destined for the new all-wheel drive Celica and other GR models. In the street trim, it's said to crank up to 400 horsepower with race specs versions going all the way up to 600 horsepower for the GR Corolla. Though it's more realistic to expect an output somewhere in the mid 300s, backed up by an advanced all-wheel drive system to make sure that all the power reaches the pavement effectively. Look, I think this 2.0 liter engine that Toyota is doing is amazing. You know, a lot of people are saying it is the replacement for the 1JZ. Obviously, there's no replacement for that engine, but it is going to have 400 horsepower. The 3-cylinder one already on the GR Corolla is an amazing. It brings 300 horsepower. Now you bump it up a little bit. Now you get 2.0 liter and you're making 400. And the race version is 600. This is going to be the new kid on the block. I'm telling you. So Toyota's GR officials have made it clear that their sports car will continue to offer the manual transmission, and they say that the company expects around 80% of the US buyers to still choose the stick version of the current GR Corolla, even after adding the automatic option from last year. So it's safe to say that the next lineup will continue with the manual firmly, for sure. So this would be the wagon Corolla. I mean, I'm not a big fan of this one, but if you kind of pair it up to the previous picture we were showing, then I become a big fan, because this one is kind of like pretty big in the back. But look, if you get a GR Corolla of a wagon, like if you get a wagon GR edition, it's going to be insane. So, but apparently that's only might be for Japan. So the 13th generation Corolla is slated to debut in 2026, with North American models arriving as 2027 model year cars. Sales are expected to kick off shortly after the reveal. Perhaps even more interesting is what the Corolla lineup will be against when it lands. The compact car segment has taken a beating in the recent years. Ford and GM have long since abandoned this space, and Mazda hasn't made much noise about the new Mazda 3. Now, on the bright side, you know, Honda continues to rack up the Civic sales. Korean automakers Kia K4 and the Hyundai Elantra keeps moving, and so forth for other vehicles. Again, this design, it's really cool. I hope to see that the GR Corolla for 2027 could come with that 2.0 liter turbo. That's going to be an amazing one. According to all the details for the E210 generation, which is now the one that the Corolla that we have now, that the sales started in 2018, with all the details that they're given, CarScoop has made this render, and I think this will nail it exactly where I think it's going to be. You have these boomerang headlights, which look amazing. You have the carbon fiber plates in the front, the big GR Corolla there, badges in the front. I think this car is going to look amazing. The wheels are going to look great on it. These are the same GR Corolla wheels, and that shark fin fenders are going to look great. I think we have good high hopes for the 2027 Corolla. Hopefully the GR will come with that 2.0 liter, even though this 3-cylinder one still makes a whole lot of power. But we'll see what the future tells for the new Corolla. Anyways, if you guys are rocking with the content, I'll see you guys on the next one.